Does anyone honestly trust CDPR at this point? The company that literally won a Woke Award for being the most inclusive, diverse, and progressive company out there in the last couple of years? Yeah, I don't know about you, but I don't trust them a lot. We saw what happened with The Witcher. Then we saw what happened with The Witcher demo, which was a lie, and, well, it was pretend. And I know, there's already someone in the comment section saying, that wasn't called the Witcher demo, it was actually the Unreal Engine 4 demo. Yes, yes. And it was supposed to just demonstrate what the engine is capable of by pretending that this is going to be the future of The Witcher 4, with even a guy holding a controller and pretending that he's playing. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure you're right, buddy. I'm sure that's not delusions at its highest form, okay? Needless to say, I do not trust CDPR at all. And so do not a lot of people after everything that they have done. Sure, the newest Cyberpunk expansion was great. Sure, there's possibility of another one. But at the same time, most people are kind of putting their hopes in Rebel Wolves with Blood of the Dawnwalker at this point. I am. Looks amazing. While everything the CDPR Red is doing is not looking that good now, is it?
What's going on with Cyberpunk 2077 right now? About 6 weeks ago on September 1st, CDPR tweeted out this mysterious NUSA recruitment image. As we'll talk more about in this video, quite a few mysterious or secret projects are surrounding CDPR and Cyberpunk 2077 right now. So I think as a result of all of that, this tweet ended up getting—
Wait, all of this is marketing. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, duh, you mouth breather. Obviously, this is marketing. But no. I'm talking about everything that they do. The patches that Cyberpunk 2077 is getting after CDPR says there's no more patches, everything of that is just marketing to get more people on their good side. This is obviously marketing. They're just trickling it down. And I think it's backfiring at this point because I am tired of waiting for nothing. How many of these have there been? 50 already? Oh, this thing's happening. Oh, this thing's happening. They added a new thing that's a prelude to the another thing. I'm tired. Just give us something real. I don't care about this at this point. I want something tangible, not just a vague hint that something's coming.
A little overhyped. It went a bit too viral as fans are speculating on a new expansion or DLC for Cyberpunk and ended up getting over 2 million views. Although, as we'll talk about a bit later in this video, maybe fans aren't completely wrong there. And while this tweet did in fact kick off a new ARG, that's where things only get more confusing. To quell some of the reactions, CDPR did follow up clarifying that this wasn't an announcement around new content coming to the game, but then what is this? I covered each of the ARG stages more extensively in my last video, but this ended up leading to quite a bit of content and effort from CDPR. A secret YouTube video, messages from an NUSA netrunner on Discord, some classified files to decode, and even secret websites were unlocked as players decoded clues and progressed through the ARG. And in the end, the ultimate goal was hacking into Kurt Hansen's server via this code entry form. We even got some interactions with Kurt Hansen on the Phantom Liberty anniversary. The same day he took over the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter, he also joined the Discord. But this is where some of the problems start. As in my last video,
The fact that no one replied with pregnant man emoji. Sad. A community that does not reply to anything always posted with pregnant man emoji is not my community.
Joined the Discord. But this is where some of the problems start. As in my last video, it seemed like the ARG was solved and done. Many players thought this was the solution, but it actually wasn't. The ARG players had simply gotten it wrong and started getting failed attempt messages. They couldn't break into Kurt's server. Without going back through all of this, the eventual solution was via these gray squares. In the initial NUSA image, the code is in the bottom right corner, so you fill that one in here. Going through the rest of the documents and images, you can fill out these solutions things, but that still isn't it. The next clue came from the BR, TL, BL, etc. This was telling you which character to use. Players who finally submitted this code did get a return email granting them access, being told they're among the 25 recruits cleared for the mission. Remember, this was all a part of a NUSA recruitment test, and how the colonel would be in touch shortly. Except all of that happened back in September, and since then, nothing else has occurred. And perhaps an even better question, what was actually the point of all of this? During the ARG, it was described as an event.
Nothing. Nothing. As far as they have done so many of these, and none of them lead to anything interesting. They're effectively a waste of time. Nowadays that I see one of them, I actually get more pissed than excited. At the start, it was like, ooh, what's gonna happen? But now it's like, oh, another useless scavenger hunt that literally serves no purpose. I guess if you like to solve riddles, there you go. But, I mean, might as well do the bi-weekly crossword puzzle in your local newspaper in that case.
Around the Phantom Liberty anniversary. That was back on September 26th. That day has come and gone, and we still don't have answers. Because as of right now, there just is a lot of odd or weird stuff going on around CDPR and Cyberpunk 2077. Although, I think we're going to be getting answers very soon. But if you do want more of the horrific end shoes. But when it comes to Cyberpunk 2077, throughout much of 2025 and even a bit before, we've had all of these strange or surprising updates around the game. I mean, even this new unfinished ARG really just came out of left field a bit. My theory is we get a new update or perhaps something more on December 10th, the 5-year anniversary of Cyberpunk 2077.
It's always amazing, and it's really difficult to imagine that it's almost been 5 years that we've been doing it. Like, I mean, we've been doing it even longer, but with you playing,
we'll get to the 5th anniversary.
Yeah, I know.
When the time is right.
A ton of fans are reading into that final exchange about the 5-year anniversary, and specifically the "we'll get to the 5-year anniversary when the time is right" comment as a clue towards something larger dropping around that date. You've probably seen this birthday calendar. CDPR tweeted it out back in March.
Oh, right, this thing. Does anyone even... Again, they have added so many literal giant nothings with all of these things. It's like, who cares? I am pissed. I literally demand straightforward stuff. Otherwise, it's gonna be anger instead of excitement. Also, by the way, liked video right now. Hype it up if you're on a mobile device. It takes less than a second. I greatly appreciate all of you who do it. It helps out a lot, and thank you. Takes less than a second. And if you think this stuff is important, then definitely like the video right now and hype it up on a mobile device. Thank you for everyone who does it. Thank you.
March, and it's been speculated on to death because it has 6 encrypted slots. And that's not just a cool design. CDPR calls attention to these in the original post, and even brought it up a bit later on a repost. And if you haven't been following, this is a proper calendar. Month by month, CDPR has been tweeting out the calendar pages with the slotted birthdays, so you could hypothetically print them out if you want to. But this entire time, the encrypted slots have never come into play. But of course, the final calendar does have a very special day on it. I just have to imagine the 6 encrypted slots will finally be revealed in December for that 5-year anniversary. And I think that's one of the big parts of all of this. No matter what happens going forward, it feels like an end is in sight. We'll be getting some answers soon. Because, yeah, the year's coming to an end. It's only a year calendar. And well, yeah, the most...
Honestly, at this point, expecting that CDPR is gonna actually give you any real news about anything seems just like such a failed task. Dude, it worked so well for them. This is just a great example of... I forgot what's the saying, but you know, don't let a good thing go on for too long, or something like that. Don't stay a guest for too long. Know when to leave. And CDPR clearly does not know when to stop. At this point, all of the tactics that worked amazingly, by the way, to drum up hype for them in the past like 2 years. All of this has gotten super boring.
Recent ARG was stated as having nothing to do with game content, but now having this extended duration and it not being resolved as we are approaching the 5-year anniversary does make me wonder if another stage could come to this. The big thing I thought would be coming for the 5-year anniversary is mod tools. In the past, the new CEOs talked about seeing value from things like mods. But with the recent news that
I mean, there's literally only one correct waifu choice, and that's Panam.
console mod support for The Witcher 3 is getting delayed into 2026, it does make you wonder if
Listen, boys, I ain't no trader of anything, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. The other one's just bad.
Cyberpunk 2077 mod tools could also be delayed. The Cyberpunk 2077 modding scene has hit a bit of a lull as of late, even despite huge player counts, so mod tools dropping in just a few weeks could be absolutely massive here. But what about that leaked DLC? I mean, hey, we're getting a new casino, right? Unfortunately, the casino billboards are very likely a bug and not actually a tease for new content, but there has been teases for new content nonetheless. So let's make the case for a new Cyberpunk 2077 DLC, whether this be something free or paid, and to be clear, this is speculation heavy. We know CDPR has several unannounced projects on the way. The lead game designer from Virtuous, who popped up during the patch 2.3 red streams, is also working on unannounced projects. Could these be the same unannounced projects at these two separate companies, but clearly tied together? As many have pointed out, patch 2.3 was relatively minor overall. It was actually one of the giant criticisms around the patch. So a lead game designer is a pretty high-profile person to be involved with this update and on this stream. Could something more be underway in the background? Perhaps the updates coming from Virtuous as free updates to this aging game, or more just filler content while something else was being produced. Virtuous recently had a round of layoffs that coincided with a strategy shift to strengthen our offering in high-value co-development, such as what they're doing right now with Cyberpunk 2077. CDPR isn't working on this game anymore. They've moved on to the next one, and the employee breakdown makes that clear. And honestly, Cyberpunk 2 has been expanding majorly this year as the game transitioned into pre-production. I think soon enough we're going to be learning.
Well, what do you mean majorly? Yeah, I guess from 30 to 100 is an expansion, but that's not a big expansion.
More about that one. And even another contractor working with Virtuous had a Cyberpunk 2077 DLC listing pop up on their LinkedIn. This could have just been around the new text messages we got in patch 2.3, but maybe something more as well.
The DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 is appealing, though. There is the moon. There's many options except the moon, by the way. But the moon seems the most likely at this point, I guess.
Of course, the wording DLC is being used here, despite it never being used around patch 2.3. And this person is still working with Virtuous, assuming their LinkedIn is up to date, despite the fact that patch 2.3 dropped months ago. This person even had some writing samples on his website about some new quests involving Judy. Earlier in the year, we saw the Polish Judy voice actress tease something around Cyberpunk describing working on a new character though. Although as of right now, we have no idea if that's game content or something else entirely. And not only has CDPR not quite denied the DLC rumors, but they've even referenced it as the DLC in the past. Although this could just be an error as they're a Polish company, of course. I'm really not sure how much we could read into this one, but it does come up a lot with speculation around this all. And honestly, the thing that makes me think a new DLC is on the way the most is everything else going on with Cyberpunk 2077. Why'd they hire Virtuous for the 4-year anniversary in the first place and to make all of these continued free updates? We know both a new anime as well as a new live-action series are coming in the next few—
God, does anyone, by the way, think that anime is gonna work out? I think it's gonna be a pile of shit. I think it's gonna be so bad. Again, all the good things that people are happy about Cyberpunk got made at this point before CDPR turned to extreme wokeism. That's like the big thing. We have actually not seen anything from the modern audience, modern age, modern everything CDPR. We have seen nothing. Except except Siri for Witcher 4, the initial trailer, you know, the one where she had the man build and everything. Oh man, the Witcher 4 looks so bad. The lies, the everything, the overhype. Oof, man.
few years. This game hasn't really been slowing down, and there is a massive audience for new content right now. That audience is only going to be growing more as more Cyberpunk media does start dropping. If we got something like mod tools this year, that could lead to a healthy holdover for more content coming down the road later in 2026.
Is modding even a real thing at this point? I feel it's not. I feel no one cares about modding for this, and it's kind of a shame because modding has so much potential. I mean, Skyrim has lived for a literal decade. Yeah, literally a decade more at this point thanks to modding. In fact, it probably would not be even a big thing if it wasn't for modding. So, I mean, it's a struggle. In any case, that was Juicehead 10 out of 10. Bye!